Hi guys. Sorry about earlier today when I accidentally put the live time for tomorrow today. I saw some of you were waiting like 2 hours later. I was like, oh no, or had been waiting. I put 9 a.m. my time, which is 9 p.m. EST today instead of tomorrow my time. Oh, so any Americans here, it's 9 p.m. Tuesday your time. Okay. What an idiot. Hi guys. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Annie. Hi, Dinah. Hi, Nash. Hi, Rosa. Hi, Vicky Lou. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Christy. Good morning. Hi, Ellen. Hello. All right, I'm going to the top. Lisa, getting my car today. Oh, wonderful, Lisa. Oh, is SP taking me to get it after it gets home from work? I'll post an update on Facebook. I got it at a steal. I'm so fucking happy. Oh, did you? Oh, wonderful, darling. We were having fun, and then he ended up getting with a girl in front of me and then going home with her. And then when I called him out on it, he said they weren't anything. I reacted badly. This happened December last year, not well as well. And I was so upset at first, but I'm not allowing myself to be in victim mode. I'm getting back on the horse and affirming self-concept in SP. I'm just so annoyed that this has happened again. I still want him. Is this just old story of him? Because I've never had friends benefit situation, only ever had friends of benefits situation, never had a relationship, so it's my own beliefs. Look, guys, if all you've ever had is friends of benefits, what you got to understand is you're picking guys who are going to go and pick other girls that will do the same thing. Then you're surprised, or they'll end up in a full-blown committed relationship but not choose you. Guys, it's you have to change. It's got nothing to do with him. When you're in a friends with benefits situation and you're not actually girlfriend and boyfriend, you kind of can't really go off at them because you're not together. You're just sleeping together. Then when you react like that, they think you're a nut because they didn't commit to you in the first place because you don't feel committed to enough. You don't feel worthy of commitment. You don't feel worthy of being the girlfriend. You don't feel worthy. So until you do, he won't commit and you'll pick other girls until you change, Annie. Go and watch all my videos in my TikTok about friends with benefits, all the ones on my YouTube, anything you can find. Because it's all about changing you feeling good enough and chosen. Hi, Loz. Told you before about the organisation of travel and money and still not found a solution to this situation. I spoke with many about money. They say I do not have it, and I feel that I do not believe in my imagination that I travelled because of my 3D. It makes me feel very anxious. I'm literally, darling, you want me to remember something you told me weeks ago? I don't remember this story at all. Guys, you know how many people I have on lives? I can't remember every single one of your stories. I don't understand what you're talking about. The organisation of travel and money and still not found a solution to this situation. No idea what the situation is. That I traveled because of my 3D. So you need to travel and you need money to travel. And you're thinking that your imagination isn't real because out here you haven't actually traveled yet. You're not meant to be looking out here and going, oh, I haven't actually traveled yet. I'm just doing it in my mind. Yes, that's the point. Guys, some of you aren't getting that out here really doesn't fucking matter, especially if it's something in the future. You should be just imagining in your mind as if it's going to happen or it's already happened. Don't write the actual situation like you need money to travel. Just imagine you've gone there. I can't do much about it, guys. If your imagination is so fucked up that every single time you're trying to visualize, you're writing to me, I can't visualize because out here is different. It's like, well, stop trying to manifest then because you have to use your imagination either with affirming or visualizing or scripting or something. So I really can't help you guys if you have like the world's worst imagination and you just can't possibly fathom a scene in your mind just for a second and then have the 3D and then go back in your mind for a second and then have the 3D. But if you're totally thrown by this out here, I can't really help you guys until you start thinking that this out here isn't real. If you start thinking in here is actually something to start believing in. What do you want me to do? Come around your house and give you a lobotomy so you can start believing in your imagination? I'm here, so excited. Oh, hi guys. Hey, Loz, my self-concept has improved so much. I've been really facing myself and digging deep and found instead of abandonment fears, I have trust issues that I'm going to get hurt and that I have a dominant assumption that I upset people. What can I do to flip and affirm against this? Okay, so it might be that you just feel like you're worried you're going to be rejected by them if you upset them, right? So maybe when you're a kid, you had strict parents or parents who didn't give you a lot of attention or something, or you're made to feel like something is wrong with you. And therefore, it's not that you can't trust them, it's just you're assuming and get hurt in all situations. It's not necessarily a trust issue. Trust is more like you're actually going to betray me, but this is more like you're going to hurt me Well, could be the same thing, I guess. But what you need to really get your head around is the fact that there's probably something within you feel like you're doing something wrong, or there's something wrong with you that therefore you feel like you're going to upset them, or you're just worried that they're going to leave. It's an abandonment issue. You're worried they're going to leave. And so you don't want to upset the apple cart at all. And you just try and keep everyone happy so they never leave. And that's a deep abandonment fear. So you're thinking it's trust issues, but it's still tied to abandonment, you understand? Because whatever happens, you're assuming they're going to hurt you and then leave. Hurt you by leaving. Make sense? Old SP treated me like an absolute queen Friday night. He used to wing if I had to get up early. I used to whinge if I had to get up early for work. Not this time. Told me he didn't care how early he would get up to make me a coffee. Oh, Nat! Well, I'm getting up at 4. Oh, that's fine. Stress is still being in the shower 2 minutes before knowing Loz is going to go live. Oh, no, Brian. God, I just chopped up onions before my eyes are hurting. But hi, Loz. Oh, morning, guys. SP2, but I decided to let SP1 go completely after hours of therapy and finally realizing that he's a narcissist and I had to forgive myself and letting him in my life. Situation's driving me crazy. We had a perfect first date. Everything was perfect. And he asked about a second date. Things then are weird. He doesn't message me anymore, nothing. I'm trying to give a good meaning, but it's still hard. I have abandonment issues, especially after my narcissistic ex. I'm trying as much as I can to improve my self-concept that I'm worthy and he is in love with me. Why wouldn't he? But I still find myself anxious sometimes. Try not to create too many expectations, but I think about it every day. Rosa, this is your first date, is it? You're this attached to this fucking guy. You just met him. Why don't you go on Tinder and go out with 10 other guys in the meantime to take the pressure off this fucking dude? You're in love with him already, are you? And you're still waiting for a second date. Do you get attached too quick? Looks like it. What's going on here? Guys, I don't tell you to assume they love you and get obsessed with someone. You can assume they love you, but also if you've just met them, guys, maybe don't put so much pressure on the situation because your pressure you're putting on the situation is causing them not to ring you and book a second date, Rosa. I tried not to create too many expectations. Sounds like you are creating a lot of expectations, especially after one date. One. I left his house at 6:30 a.m. He called me by 9 a.m. asking how I was, etc. Oh, did he? But not even phased by him, but because I know I deserve all this. I've not once reached out to him. He called me again today. Oh my goodness. Also, how do I get rid of the assumption that SP won't tell his family that he loves me, that he won't speak up? Any affirmations that, please? Thank you. Why do you need that, Sarah? Why do you need that so badly? Hi, Loz. Why is it when people message me sometimes for help, my brain automatically goes, they're using you when I know they're not and they love me a lot? I don't know, darling. Were you used as a kid in some way? Were you made to feel not good enough in some way? Something's going on there where you need validation from your SP and you need them to reassure you. Why do you need so much reassurance? Tell me. Why do you need his family to know about you? Why? Is there some kind of situation where you feel like they're not going to approve or something, or you're being kept secret? Why do you feel like being kept secret? Just tell me what's going on there. Hi, guys. Hello. We understand each other so perfectly. We lost both our parents, and I finally feel I met someone who understands me, but his ghosting is driving me insane. Probably because you're acting like a fucking needy bitch, Rosa, and you've been on one fucking date, and just because you had something in common, you're clinging on to him like he's your future husband. You need to fucking let it go for a second. Go and date 5 other guys. Stop being a needy bitch. Stop worrying about him ghosting you. He's literally probably just busy. But you're sending out needy fucking energy of, when are you going to call me? You're my idol, man. I know I've only met you once and had 4 conversations, but you're my future husband. I think that's what's going on here, unless I'm reading this wrong. Then you wonder why he's going, I don't think I'm going to message that girl. I'm getting weird fucking energy. Guys, whatever you're sending to them, they're getting. It's not energy. They're getting your thinking, oh my God, why isn't he texting me? He's my future husband. He's the perfect man. I can lock him down. Second date, I'll lock him down. He's going, I really wanted to message that Rosa girl. She seemed cool, but something weird. I'm picking up a weird fucking vibe. Rosa. Rosa, what happened to you as a kid where you got neglected or something, or you're so desperate for love from someone? What happened? That's what this is about. Hi guys. So happy to be on live. Oh, 5 a.m. for me. Oh, my kind of day. Like, honestly, guys, someone was messaging me last night. What time was it? It was Sasha. And she was like sending me messages, and I was like, "Is it Sasha?" And I was like, I'd fallen asleep, and I was like, she sent me another message, and I was like, I was trying to read it. It was 9:30. That's how tired I get by 9:30. I was like, I can't even send a voice note. I'm so tired because I get up and like, I wake up at 4:30. It's so annoying. I can't have a normal life. Um, what are some scenes to visualize for us people? What would you be doing if you were together? Sitting watching Netflix, cooking breakfast together, going on a drive, going out for dinner. What would you be doing? Are you still doing one-to-one coaching? Not at the moment, guys. I know the live replays on YouTube are a little bit misleading because I'm saying if you want a one-to-one, they're like a year old, but I will be soon when the group starts, when the paid Facebook group begins. Okay. So in the meantime, come to the free Facebook group, Subconscious Laws. Just make sure you answer the questions, and then you'll know when the coaching is out. Hi, Loz. I missed you. Haha. Every time I watch your live, one of your videos, my SP reaches out. Oh, really, darling? Hi, Loz. What other creators do you recommend? I watch Sasha, Kim Velez, Shelley Bullard. That's great. Sasha, Kim Velez, and Shelley Bullard. That's exactly who you should watch. And there's no one else I recommend except for Shannon. Shannon at Lifestyle Manifesting also has a YouTube now. They're the only creators I would watch at the moment. Hi, Loz. It's the 14-year-old Melissa. Oh, hi, darling. I'm really happy you're live because yesterday I was very depressed, but I've started to make a daily routine and work out while also affirming, and I'm going to try. Good, Melissa. Listen, darling, if tomorrow, yeah, as well as affirming, I think it will also make me way happier and make life way easier while I wait for your course and work on my self-concept. Hopefully it motivates me more. Look, darling, I read your message on the YouTube and I was meaning to get back to you. I just haven't had the time this week. What you need to understand is whatever you're going through right now, depression wise, I promise you it will go away. You've just got to trust me on this. Okay. I've been so depressed in the past, darling, that I've had houses full of like, I remember I went back to Perth, back here once, and I let my friend in Sydney use my house. And when I came back, she said, I thought I'd throw all those newspapers away. I said, what newspapers? She said, you had like a pile of newspapers that were like a year old in the corner. You hadn't even thrown them away. And I was like, oh. She goes, and I cleaned the house. I was living in like mess and I didn't even see it because I was so depressed. And I let someone come and stay in my house and I didn't even notice. And I'm pretty neat. Like, well, not neat, but I'm pretty clean, but I'm not the neatest. But I didn't notice that. When you're in the mire of depression, it's very hard to see the wood for the trees and understand that you'll get out of it. But trust me when I say I have had some really dark, really suicidal moments and really bad depression for years. And I'm here doing this, right? So, whatever you're going through now, darling, just know that every single thing I'm saying on here will help you. Affirming, visualizing, lying in bed and doing my anti anxiety meditation if you feel anxious, lying in bed and listening to your meditations as you fall asleep, doing my sleep tapes. Do everything, darling. Everything, because the more you keep your mind busy with new thinking, the more that old thinking will go away. The more you put in new thoughts and affirm, the more the old thinking will go away because it's the thinking that causes depression. It's the thinking that causes anxiety. It's the thinking. Trust me. You stick with us, Melissa. All right, darling. What's this? Loz is so right about self-concept. Oh, Stacey. Loz, I love all your advice. You're so honest. Oh, thank you, Jenny. Dear Loz, a moment of despair after another uncool text from SP. I wrote him to arrange his life without me and he left just like that. And I didn't want it, just the opposite. So you pushed him away and you didn't really mean it, but you did it anyway. I used to do that kind of shit. That's just called being a triggered bitch, darling. So you're like, go and arrange your life without me. Goodbye. And then they're like, and then you're like, I want them back. And then they're like, you're a fucking crazy nutcase. So get a handle on your fucking triggers, darling, because that ain't got nothing to do with them. Don't go sending them crazy texts, guys, just because you get upset. They didn't cause the upset. You fucking upset yourself. When someone blocked me at the beginning of this year, all I could do at the time was be like, this person's insane. Now I realize how it happened and that I manifested the whole thing and they've got some things from childhood and and I'm not even annoyed at them, right? And I completely forgive the whole situation. But you've got to understand if you act like a nut, the other person on the other end thinks you're insane. So I hope you're undoing that and figuring out what self-concept issues are causing you to be so triggered and do things like that, darling. Hi, Loz. SP grew up in a different culture and religion. Doesn't matter, darling. How to revise this and stop these from being the hindrance of our relationship? Just stop thinking it is. Stop Romeo and Julieting yourself. It doesn't matter. It's 22, and apparently, because of society and what you've heard your whole life from your parents, this fucking matters. It doesn't fucking matter, princess. Stop saying it does. Just decide it does. Like literally wake up tomorrow and decide it no longer matters. That's the answer. Are you going to be able to do that? Are you going to be able to see a world where you can see yourselves together and no one's going to care? That's what you need to do. You don't have to go and revise the whole history of Iran or wherever the fuck you live. You just have to see you and your person together. A whole lot of you try and change things out here instead of just seeing you with the thing you want. Manifestations only got to do with you guys. What are you trying to manifest? You and him together? Then decide that. Don't try and change the whole culture. Just decide you and him are together. Right? My partner has suddenly gone cold and he says he wants to be alone, but we have been great before that. He suffers depression. How can I help? Because you've got a story that he's got depression and therefore he'll pull away and be distant and not be able to deal and has issues. And until you get rid of that story of them having depression, having issues, they'll stay like that. If you think someone's depressed, guys, they'll stay that way. Completely see them differently, see them as happy, wanting to spend time with you, and decide that you're no longer going to see them that way. I love you, Loz. I had the most amazing girl power weekend watching women's football live yesterday and presented my essential oil blends at the women's club to grow my brand. Oh, did you? Oh, they're going to all smell nice in the club rooms. That's lovely. Hi, guys. I'm finally getting movement with an old SP after working on my self-concept. What can I affirm or do to maintain communication and keep the manifestation? Well, stop assuming you're not going to. Just in that question, there's an assumption that you might not keep it or it won't be maintained. They might not communicate. Get rid of that. This is the start of something amazing. It's going to keep on like this. Of course they're going to contact me. Why wouldn't they? They're back because they fucking love me because I'm this and that and this and that. High low self-concept was so well manifested the job I desired. However, old beliefs crawled up upon me and now I have not heard from the company in nearly 2 weeks. How am I able to confirm for contact? Just see yourself with the job, darling. Get rid of all those fears that you had that crept up. What were they? Get rid of those. I was 102 people here. Oh my God, Loz, me and SP are better than ever. Just been on a date in 3D and she was being so loving. Self-concept all the way, Loslings. I've only focused on myself today. I am a queen and SP is head over heels. Oh, wonderful. Focus on yourself solely. Have you really? Wonderful. So any of you that are fearful of just doing SP affirmations, read what Carly just wrote. She is only focused on herself solely. I love it how you guys call yourselves Loslings. Oh, you guys came up with that. It's so funny to me. I love it. First YouTube I've ever caught. Oh, David, could you recommend any affirmations that help my brother with his social anxiety? He loves going out and meeting people now. He talks so easily in a crowd. He feels so comfortable around people now. He used to have social anxiety. He's not like that anymore. He's not anxious anymore. He can control his feelings. His feelings don't run him. He doesn't get fearful anymore. He's not scared of anything. See him coming to you and going, oh my God, David, you won't believe it. I went to this party the other night, I had the best time. I got in the middle of the dance floor and did a whole Michael Jackson dance or something that's totally unlike him. I try to visualize again, but it has to be from your own eyeballs, right? It doesn't have to be, but it's better because that's what you would actually see. I work on my self-concept as well, singing when I'm driving, singing your self-concept. That's a great idea. Is this a good way? Yes. I heard once it was like talking to a friend. That's great, guys. If you can sing your self-concept, I'm so great, I'm the great, do it. Do that. I was admiring fan edits people made for their faves, and someone just made a really good one for me. I didn't even affirm outside of that. Oh, wonderful, darling. No, I don't do one-to-one coaching at the moment, guys. Soon. Hang on, this just bloody jumped. The hell. Christ. Sorry, guys. I'm spending my birthday watching you. Oh, Alexa, happy birthday, darling. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Alexa. Blessings. Happy to celebrate with you. Yes, darling. Oh, happy birthday, darling. Hang on. Where am I? Zala. Part 1. Hi, Loz. I've been working super hard at my self-concept and having so much great change and movement, but one thing in the 3D I get, but trying so hard to ignore is being ditched last minute. I know it's not, and I'm not chosen belief. because they still act like they want me. Could this just be old thoughts playing out, or what could be the underplaying subconscious thought here? They want you sexually or they want you in a relationship. There's a difference between wanting you sexually and actually wanting to commit to you guys. Just because someone's being sexual to you or wanting you is very different. You could be being wanted by them, but they're still not committing to you. So is that what you mean? If you're being ditched last minute, is an abandonment thing, like you actually got abandoned as a kid? Where's it coming from, darling? Lost first time here. Oh, everything was great with SP. Then suddenly realized he had insecurity he has to work on. No, before being able to be in any relationship. I'm not sure how to self-concept this. Haha. The way you do that is to start feeling like you are chosen no matter what, right? I allowed my story of my old SP to dictate what happened with us because I had a story that he wasn't over his old relationship, whether he was over his ex-wife or not. The story was that the old relationship was bothering him and he really wasn't ready for a committed relationship, and therefore he wasn't. And I held that story the whole time we were together. So guess what happened? So get rid of that fucking story because it's the story you're holding and then it's come out of his mouth. Have you got a story that he has got issues or he just doesn't want you? Get rid of it. Also, yesterday I got a clear pap smear result after 6 years needing these tests. Over the moon. Oh, Jade, wonderful. I'm only 20, was so scared. Simply adding I'm in perfect health to the self-concept affirmations, everything. Oh, wonderful, darling. Hooray. My dear Lois, what's this? Where's the rest of it? Great, that makes so much sense as my parents were very strict with me. What can I affirm to change the assumption that I'll get hurt by being abandoned? I've been working hard on feeling how to get into the state and stay there. So when I said to you, do you have a dominant assumption that you had strict parents because you had a dominant assumption you upset people? So think about how that correlates. So when you were younger, when you did something wrong, you got yelled at or told off or punished, just like I did. Therefore, you correlate that anytime someone does something that's unfavorable, it was your fault. So you keep not wanting to upset them because you assume when you upset people, they either pull away or punish you in some way, like go quiet or something, because your dominant assumption is that's what I do. I'm the person that naturally, easily upsets people, and it's my fault. Nothing's my fault. I don't do anything wrong. I'm not wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. Everything I do is right. I choose my choice, and they love what I do, and they love what I say, and they love my reactions to things, and I never fuck anything up, and they love me no matter what I do. Say that, though, because that's what I've got to say to myself. Mhm. And the more you just return to that, and every time you want to stay in that state, every time you think any thoughts like, oh, I fucked up, or that's my fault, or I hope they ring me, or I hope I didn't do something wrong, oh, I've triggered that person, stop yourself. Hey, Loz, what do you say? Why do you say you don't teach healing? It seems like you teach that because you were digging into the subconscious thoughts and trauma. It's just I don't use that word because I think that seems like this whole thing where until you're fully healed, then you can't do anything. Like, think about if you're healing a disease. Healed means you've got to the end of it and you're disease free. Well, I don't want you guys to feel like until such time as I've got rid of every single fucking negative thought I've ever had in my whole life and every single bit of trauma, I can't manifest anything. That's not true. I'm not fully healed and I manifest perfectly what I want. And sometimes I don't. And then I'm aware of why I didn't. That's all you need to be, awareness. What we're trying to establish here is an awareness of self. We're not trying to be perfect. And anyone who's trying to teach you theta healing or fucking shadow work or healing in any way to manifest is a grade fucking moron who doesn't understand that all this is simply a process of becoming aware of your own thinking and changing it. And it's a process. And I don't want anyone to think they need to be perfect. And some people really misunderstand me and think because I'm teaching delving into your childhood and becoming aware of your thinking that I'm saying you have to totally radically be healed. No, it'd be great to radically transform your thinking, but that doesn't require healing necessarily. You can call it healing all you like, but it's got really bad connotations of needing to be perfect and rid of everything you've ever thought in your whole fucking life. What if something flares up again that you'd never thought you thought? Then you're fucked, aren't you? Then you're, oh, my healing's falling apart. I'm fucked. Well, I don't want you to think that, especially those of you who are perfectionists or think you do things wrong like me. Because then you'll never do it. You'll never be finished. You'll never be perfect. You'll never be healed because you always think there's always something else to do. There's always something else to fix, to heal. Got it? Oh my God, Loz cracked me up. What did I say? Hi, Loz, finally got on early. Oh, Jean. Sorry, I know that's too much info. Had me on a pedestal for sure. Haha. It was so sudden that it happened. I was like, how did I do this to myself? What are you talking about, Sky? What did I miss? No, no. You've got a story that he's got insecurities. Get rid of that fucking story, or that you've done something wrong, or something. Something's gone on there between him having you on a pedestal and then something's changed. What was what changed in your thinking between when he had you on a pedestal and now? It's nothing to fucking do with him. Stop blaming him for your fucking problems. I don't care what came out of his mouth. I've got insecurities. I need to. No, you had a dominant assumption that because of what was going on with him, you would get rejected and things wouldn't work out for you yet again, didn't you? Ain't got nothing to do with them, guys. What's this big look? Good enough and I am worthy and chosen, etc. Loved, etc. What was the first part? Great. That makes so much sense. Oh, good. Been working hard on feeling that. That's great. Do that. Yes. Had turned around but dipped a little about SP crying and missing him. Not gone this long but persisting. I've also heard third parties gone. Advice laws dipped recently about SP. Thank you again. That's the beginning of this joke. Also, yesterday got to clear everything. Haha. Dipped a little bit about SP crying. Guys, if you miss them and cry, okay, do it and then get on with it the next day. Going back on your affirmations, right? Back into the state you were in before. Don't let it throw you. Doesn't matter. It's 2 a.m. in California. Oh, no. Thank you, Loz. I need that. I do realize how crazy I'm being now. Good, Rosa. Let's fucking stop that. Go, honestly, darling, go on Tinder and take the heat off this guy. And then he'll naturally just message you because you're not just sitting there. 29. I wish it was 20. What's this? My SP will be online, but takes hours to even reply back. Makes me feel sad. What can I do and not feel triggered? And what can I do? I've been affirming the opposite. While you're sitting there seeing them online, please stop observing that they're online, guys. I know that's really hard if you have got some kind of gaming thing or they're on Messenger with you. Like someone didn't talk to me for a week at the beginning of the year and it really bothered me. And I actually took them off Messenger. Turned my Messenger off so I couldn't see that they were present because it triggered me. Then it turned out something terrible had happened to them, right? But it really triggered me that we hadn't spoken for a couple of days. So take away whatever trigger is triggering you about them being online, darling. Any tips on how to get rid of third party, please? She's still around. Kez, I don't sit here telling people how to get rid of third parties. I tell people how to get rid of this shitty thinking that caused the third party. You could get rid of that third party and there'll be another one next week. Have you watched my videos? Go and listen to my Banish the Third Party Sleep tape. I don't mention the bitch once. You know why? Because the more you focus on trying to get rid of her, the more she'll stick around. That's why she's still around. See what you just wrote? She is still around. No shit, because you're obsessed with her. She's not the problem. Go and watch all my videos on third parties. I love listening to your live, the end manifestation every morning. Beautiful. Oh, wonderful. Live in the end. Oh, live in the end. I love listening to your live in the end manifestation every morning. Beautiful. Oh, good. I've got 2 to do in the morning. One when you wake up in the morning, wake up to what you want, and one about living in the end meditation. There's 2 in my meditations playlist, guys, on here. I'm bringing more. Jade Louise, don't wish, say you are it. Yes, don't wish it. Don't wish it, be it. What's that song from? Don't be it. Don't dream it. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Rocky Horror Picture Show? At the end. And they're all in the pool having sex and they're singing, Don't Dream It, Be It. I just remembered that song. Anyone know what I'm talking about? Don't Dream It, Be It. Isn't that the song? Create Your Future is really good too. Oh, yes, and Create Your Future, of course. The OG channel of Law of Assumption. Also, my friend has had amazing movement, and I love Amanda. I had a chat with Amanda a couple of weeks ago. She's lovely. Also, my friend has had amazing movement and progress. I told her to post her success stories in the Facebook group. Oh, Christy, really wonderful. When visualizing that you're in a relationship with SP again, does it have to be the same scene with SP? It can be different for subconscious. Take it in. Guys, up to you. Like, if you were living with them or with them again or whatever, hang out, it'd be different all the time, but the repetition does help, but it doesn't matter if it's not the same all the time. Hi, Loz, I appreciate you so much. Oh, Tamanko. I was so depressed when I was 14 too, but it gets so much better. Oh, look, it does, guys. The people I know who've topped themselves, I think, fuck, I wish they knew that. When we were at a friend's house, he gave up his chair for me and went and got himself another chair, made sure to sit right next to me. Oh, no. That's so cute. Oh, my God, thank you so much, Loz. It just made me cry with joy. Thank you for the reminder. I will also keep going for you and for my best friend. You are my hope and have helped me so much. Love you. Oh, Melissa. Look, darling, honestly, my best friend in Sydney committed, like, unalived himself. I don't know what I can say on YouTube. You've got to be very careful on TikTok. And if he was alive today, he'd have the best life because he would have got over it. I know he would have. Okay. I saw a video of you recently where you said the affirmations that are in a state of fear, you get what you fear. Yeah, that can happen. For example, if I repeat to myself, I am very enough, I'm good enough, I'm the one who chooses, can it be because I'm special and no one compares to me? These also because of fear. I'm confused. I do your anxiety meditation, it's relief for me. Okay, good. But what I'm saying is, think about the one no one compares to me. You're saying that. Okay. Now think what's behind no one compares to me. It's actually the fear that someone does compare to you, that someone can take your person away, that you're not enough. So I would take that one, no one compares to me, away for a while until you really do feel enough, until you really feel there is no competition because you do feel special, because you're saying those and really starting to really think those a lot naturally without thinking of the threat of someone else. When I was with my old SP and there was an ex wife, I used to say, no one compares to me. And then one day I just woke up to it and realized, why was I saying that? Because I still saw her as a threat. And so saying that was actually not helping me. It was actually keeping her alive in my brain as I said it. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you've got to re-identify why you're saying the thing you're saying, and sometimes you're saying it out of fear. And it's really got nothing to do with your self-concept. It's got to do with banishing away a third party or banishing away girls you think are a threat to you. So is that your self-concept or is that still your fear talking? You guys understand what I'm saying about being very specific with what you're saying to yourself? Recently triggered by a family member who is blatantly judging a mutual friend. My self-concept has been amazing. Could this be an old story I need to revise? Yeah, it could just be the story of your family being judgmental and mean or hurtful, hateful people, or hurtful. Hang on, where is this? Could this be an old story I need to get rid of? Currently revising. Yes, where's the rest of this? Loz, I'd love to help. What's this? I'd love your help with manifesting my new home. Sorry, it's Cheyenne. Oh, it's Cheyenne. My kids changed my username. I keep forgetting to say, I know I'm a homeowner, just got to get rid of the old story with money. Well, just decide that you love your new home. It was so easy for you to get. Every time you sleep in your bed at night, sleep in that new home. I don't even know if you know what it looks like, but if you do, imagine your bed in that house. Imagine your kids in the next room making noise. Imagine you working in that kitchen. As you walk through your front door, imagine it's that front door. If you don't know what the house looks like, then imagine one. Just make one up. Or look at a beautiful house online and imagine it like that. What's this, Brian? I think my greatest success, in all honesty, has been learning how to deal with crap properly. Reacting has been made such the norm, but now I'm really able to just take a step back and ask myself, why am I thinking these thoughts? Yep. What state is that coming from? I'm able to analyze and actually think before acting. Oh, that's huge. And coming to final conclusions. Feel really proud because, to be honest, such a big step up. Look, guys, feels better to live life with rationality and poise rather than those raw emotions. Look, my reacting was so instinctual before, and I know that the way I'm dealing with things at the moment is proof that I'm not like that anymore. There's a section in my self-concept course about triggers and not reacting anymore, and a whole exercise to do with that you can keep doing all the time whenever you feel triggered. Okay, if you guys ever have trouble with reactions and triggers, that's wonderful, Fran. Feels, hang on. Self-concept was going good. He only seems to contact me when it comes to money or kids. My childhood was fine, but I got bullied at school. I just don't know what I need to affirm. Read my self-concept. Well, you probably feel like you get used, you get taken advantage of because you're below them, because you feel like you get walked all over because you allowed people to when you were a kid. So he walks all over you now. What in you is allowing him to walk all over you or abuse you in some way or take advantage? Are you a chronic overgiver and people pleaser? Do you never say no to him? Are you afraid to? Why? You're afraid you'll upset them or they'll bully you or get angry at you? Where's that coming from? Would just love to screen record you saying it to help boost me more. Oh, good, darling. Dear Loz, is that enough affirming 30 minutes a day for self-concept, 20 minutes, 10 minutes SP, 10 minutes money, or should I just work on self-concept? Guys, fuck, how do I know? I don't know what's going on in your brain. And no one can, guys, please, if you're listening to any creator who goes, do this for 2 minutes a day and magically do that. I see Elmo Locker doing this fucking crap on here now, and I'm like, this guy knows this is bullshit. He knows that things don't happen in 3.21 seconds. What a load of crap, right? There's no magic bean number that anyone can give you for the amount of time you need to affirm. Oh, I don't know what's happening in your brain. You could affirm for 30 minutes a day, and for the rest of the fucking 24 hours of the day, your brain is thinking shit. Guys, there is no set number. I don't know what you're doing in your mind. If you're thinking a lot of shit, do more than half an hour. Really. Or visualize a lot more. Hi, Loz. I think my self concept has improved. Looking at my relationship with family, they've all improved. My nephew, now 20, is so sweet now. I always want to cuddle and wants to spend more time with me. Oh, I always wants to cuddle. Oh, wonderful. No, that's great. How do we decipher if it's even a bridge of instance or a reflection of a deep subconscious affirmation? I feel like I've become confused when certain things happen that are bad. Event. Well, just give it good meaning. Why do you need to know exactly what it means? Oh, this shit happened. Oh, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a bridge or what the fuck it is. Who knows? I'm going to give a good meaning. It means this wonderful thing. Guys, you're the only one giving it meaning. It doesn't actually mean anything. You're the one giving it meaning. You know what I mean? It's like a baby's born. It doesn't have a name until you give it one. You're naming whatever you're seeing. It's running around like Kylie Jenner's baby at the moment with no fucking name at the moment. Then you go, good thing. Whatever it's called. Travis. Okay? You guys are putting the baby's name on the baby. Until you give it the meaning, the name, it ain't got no name. It's a 1-year-old nameless Kylie Jenner child. Give it a good name. Okay. It's a terrible analogy if you don't understand, if you're not a Kylie Jenner fan or a Kardashian fan. Perfect, thank you. I will do. Shall I tell him to affirm those sort of things himself for his social fears? Absolutely. Tell him to come watch this time. Hi, Loz. Hope you're well. I was just wondering, could you please give me some affirmations for applying and get him to do my anti-anxiety meditation, darling, on YouTube. Hope you're well. I just wanted, could you give me some affirmations for applying for jobs? I've been out of work for years as I was a carer for my mum, but lost her last year. Oh, no, darling. Okay. So I just want you to throw out of the equation the fact that you haven't worked for years. It sounds like you think because you haven't worked for years, therefore you won't get a job. That's complete bullshit. The fact that you've been a carer, that was a job. I would put that down on your resume as your fucking job because it was a job. I know, as I've been a carer, it's a fucking full-time job. Okay? So write that down as your job and assume that the person who's looking at you for a job will know that's a job and see that not as a gap in your resume, but as the fact that you're a hard worker who cares about people, especially your mum, and was there till her dying day. And what a wonderful person to have in the workforce, a person like that who's so caring and lovely. Tick, employed. Stop seeing it as a bad thing and see yourself as employed wherever you want to go for a job. Hi, Loz. Was it more easy for you having confidence in being a coach than a comedian? Want to be an actress too, but my self-concept is not good enough and lack confidence in myself. Sometimes I tell myself maybe it's more easy if I do something else in life, but I think it's my old self-concept saying that. Did that happen to you too? The reason why I never made it as an actor was my lack of self-belief. It wasn't my lack of talent, trust me. I know that sounds arrogant, but I'm probably a better actor than most people I've ever worked with. That's really fucking arrogant. And I could never have said that before my self-concept was good. But I know I'm a really good actor, right? It was my lack of belief. And I used to go to auditions and they would say to me, you're the best person who's auditioned today, but we're not choosing you. And I think, what the fuck is going on here? Right? So it's your lack of belief in yourself, darling. You can do anything you put your mind to. And the most talented people I know aren't famous. The people with self-belief are famous. I know so many fucking amazingly talented actors who are now working as accountants or hating their fucking lives because they gave up and did the second thing. You want to give up and do the second thing? This thing came to me because I actually feel like this is my calling, and acting, as much as I love it, was also a mask I wore for my entire life because I wasn't able to be myself because myself was something I was afraid of showing people. And when I left therapy and to go to group therapy, my therapist said this thing to me that I thought was so odd. And she said to me, and you might realize that you don't want to be an actor anymore when I go to this group therapy. And I thought, what an odd thing to say to me. Of course, I'll always want to be an actor. Look what I'm very happily doing now. right? If you really truly enjoy the secondary thing, sure, but don't do the secondary thing just because you feel like you'll never be able to do the first thing. Hey, Loz, how do you turn off the active thing on Messenger? You literally go to the little green thing and go off. There's a little button. It's like a toggle. Turn it off. Trust me. Makes you feel so much better about life. I'm scared about what's this? I'm scared about too many affirming because I think sometimes I affirm when I spiral, like in a fear state. How can I fix it? Well, then stop for a second. And if you think you're doing it out of fear, then stop. But I'd rather you affirm than not affirm, guys. Okay? Especially about your self concept. Hi, Loz. Can you talk about self concept to manifest money, please? Thank you. It's about your fears of either not being good enough for money, not being able to keep it, not being worthy, or the old story you hold from childhood where your parents didn't have money or struggled or took money away from you or were poor or were rich and therefore you feel you're not ever going to be as rich as them. Whatever their story was is probably your story about money, and then it's also your story about yourself. It's really about self concept. Yes, when affirming about third parties, should we use their name? You shouldn't even be acknowledging them. I'm guessing that's big fat no, or should I just say him, her, she? You shouldn't be saying anything about them, Tam. The fuck? Guys, when I say don't think about them, I'm not going, Susie disappears. Susie and John are no longer together. John is my man, and Susie has disappeared from the realm of reality. Susie is no longer alive. I'm just keeping the bitch there. Susie is alive and well in my reality by even acknowledging her, thinking about her, ruminating about her, visualizing her, especially saying a fucking name. Guys, go and listen to my banished third-party sleep tape. I do not once mention another person. I mentioned you. The problem's you, Tam. The problem's not the fucking person. That bitch could go away tomorrow, and your SP, because they don't fucking want you right now, will choose someone else. It's you feeling not good enough and not wanted, not loved that's the fucking problem, Tam. It's got nothing to do with the third party. Open your fucking ears. Guys, I know that you've been watching creators in here say, get rid of the third party. Those people have probably never had to get rid of a third party in their whole fucking lives. And some of the people I'm talking about, I know for a fact, because they're happily married, never had to. And you're going to listen to those fucking idiots. I've been in that situation. I know what it's like to be thinking of them constantly. Did you not just hear what I said before? Think about this third party and affirm their name at your own fucking peril. Oh, Sasha, good morning, Loz. I hope you're okay. I'm painting the office. Oh, the office, you mean the studio. Wonderful, darling. I can't believe you're doing so much work with it. You're painting and everything. Ah, honey, I can't wait to see pictures. I'm sorry. I was so tired last night when you were messaging me. I was like falling asleep. I woke up so early yesterday. I think I must have woken up at 4. And it was like 9:30 my time. You sent me a message. I was like, I love it. That's all I said. I was so tired. I was just talking about the beginning of the live. Like, I keep waking up way too early to have a normal night's sleep, like to go to bed at a normal fucking hour. Like, it's like 7:30 at night. And I'm like, it is bedtime. It's terrible. Where am I? Oh, fuck. There's so many questions here I haven't seen. Part 1. Hey, Lois, I also have a dominant assumption that I do things wrong. What is your tip when I have used that self-deprecating belief as motivation to get better in life? Well, stop saying you do that. I feel like as soon as I feel better about myself, I get told off at work or something happens which makes me think those thoughts. Just start saying, I don't do things wrong. There's nothing wrong with me. I was born fucking perfect and everything I do is perfect. Every choice I make is perfect. Everyone at work loves me and they loves what I do. And I never beat myself up anymore. I don't beat myself up. I'm not that old girl anymore. That's old Siobhan. Death to old Siobhan. She's a fucking pain in the ass. That's the way I have to talk to myself, guys. Like death to the old me when I think like that. Stop that. I manifested a raise. Oh, did you guys? I told myself I wouldn't even have to ask for it and just gave it to me. Now I'm firming for SP. He said he needs space, but I'm firming he doesn't need space for me because I'm not too much. Yes, get rid of that belief that you're too much. Stop that. I'm never too much. In fact, I'm more than enough. Haha, yes, all very cute and funny. Not sure how I feel about him in a very funny state lately. Like, can't be fucked reaching out to anyone like I know I don't have to do anything. Is this good? Absolutely not. That's good. Felt like crap, but I'm affirming and feeling better. Rising high meditations on YouTube is really good for the subconscious. Rising high meditation? Never heard of that. Is too forward-leaning or mothering to reach out to SP and wish him well during something if I haven't heard from him lately? It's up to you guys. You can think it's mothering and forward, or you can think it's being caring and you'll love it. Either way, it's your belief about it. I can't seem to stop thinking about third party. He speaks of her in front of me and I don't react, but then it lingers in my mind after I've been doing unchosen sleep till I want financial support also. Guys, look, I'm telling you right now, if you don't feel chosen, they'll talk about them constantly. I remember being on my birthday with my SP and he brought her up on our birthday date and I just looked at him and I almost said, can we just for one day not talk about this person? But I didn't. But I just thought, how is this still happening? It's because I didn't feel chosen. It was nothing to do with her. They will bring them up if you're obsessed about them. You're sending thoughts out. You're sending thoughts out of the third party. So, of course, they're going to talk about them. They're reflecting your thinking. If you're thinking about her, they'll talk about her. It's just how it works. You guys have really got to get this. Whatever comes out their mouth came out your brain first. How do I end up manifesting people who have a lot of trauma? Because you probably think you need to fix people or you're everyone's helper or carer or mother, or you just attract wrong-uns and broken people because you feel you're broken. Get rid of that thing. Hi, Loz. The wrongest thing I think is a real fact, actually. I did self-harm myself, and I keep thinking that because of this, my SP isn't coming back. He already knew it could have happened if he left me. So you think because you did that and they know that they're not going to come back? No, darling. Why would you think that? Just because that's what you've done or what you did or what you continue to do doesn't make you broken or someone that can't be loved just because that's what you're doing or they know you do that. What you need to be aiming to do is not worrying about your SP right now and start working on not doing that to yourself anymore. Why are you doing that? That's what you need to work out. Is it because it's the only way you feel anything? Because you feel numb and you feel like no one's there for you or listens to you or loves you? You're not seen and heard and it's the only way you feel at the moment? Or you can't let your feelings out or you can't express a feeling. So the only way you can feel feelings is to do that for yourself because when you were a child, you weren't able to express feelings because everyone screamed and yelled in your household or oppressed you or told you to be quiet or there were 10,000 other siblings and you couldn't get a word out. So the only way you can really feel anything is to feel pain. Why are you doing that? That's what you need to work out. You've got to stop thinking it's a shameful thing and start figuring out why you're even doing it. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying figure out where that's coming from, darling, so you can stop. And then stop shaming yourself for doing it. There's a reason why you're doing it. You just got to work out what it is and not feel ashamed about it. Just logically understand why you're actually choosing to do that. Oh, this is why I'm logically doing this because of this. Oh, I'm not going to beat myself up anymore or think people are going to not love me because of it. I understand why I'm doing it. Now I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to step into the state of a person, Julia, who doesn't do that. Make sense? So, for example, in the last week, SP has mentioned wanting to sleep with someone and a crush they had last year. I've given it the meaning she's trying to make me jealous. However, it made me feel bad. Well, it will, darling, if you're in love with her and she's talking about that shit in front of you. Just remove yourself if you have to in those situations or change the subject or go away and don't spend time with them until you stop friend zoning yourself and start feeling like they love you. But yes, give that excellent meaning like you did. Like they're trying to make you jealous. How do I override the story that every time something happens or someone prevent me and SP being together? The last lives you hit the nail on the head. Thank you. It helped me a lot. What do I affirm? Oh, good. Darling, look, just stop thinking anyone's trying to stop you from being happy. Is it a societal thing? Like you believe that because of the society you live in, you can't be together because of religion or cultures or whatever? Get rid of that belief. Just see you and them together. Hi, Loz. It's a fun manifestation. I'm manifesting roses from SP. Yesterday, I watched her success video and boom, she spoke about roses. Then I watched TV yesterday and the guy brought the woman roses. Oh, lovely. So nice. To hear them in the first place, and I'm wondering if I'm manifesting it or it's just what needs to happen and I just need to keep giving good meaning even though the events are quite negative. The reason I ask is because these events seem to happen during the times when I'm seriously heavily believing that we are together and suddenly she's mentioning a third party or something. Okay, well then it maybe just give it the meaning that it's just playing out from before when you didn't feel chosen and didn't feel wanted by her, and that's why she's talking about it. And you're just going to let the 3D unfold, and that's just your old thinking coming out of her mouth. Give it that meaning, darling, if you have to. Hi, Loz. I actually want my third party. I am poly and would like for me, my SP, and the third party all be together as a family. Well, decide that you are, darling. What's wrong with that? Go and watch the Success Story Live. There's a polyamorous person in the Success Story Live towards the end. Go and watch it. She very successfully has a polyamorous relationship. I just posted it on Monday here. Thanks, Loz. I'm going to do it and so excited. I wish I could cook for you in my new house, show you how grateful I am to you. Oh, that would be lovely, darling. Just imagine you are. Hi, Loz. Is it possible to mess up a manifestation last minute unexpectedly when all along it's been going really well? Yes. But then all of a sudden last minute didn't work out like I thought it would? Yes. Guys, when people say to you, you can't mess it up. Yeah, you can. What are you fucking talking about? Yeah, you can undo it, but you can mess them up. Like, I just find it so amazing that people go, you can't mess anything up. How do you think manifestations get messed up? How do you think the process stops? Someone messed it up somewhere. Someone's thinking changed. Someone's thinking went to shit. Some old thoughts came in. It stopped. It messed up. Now you have to undo it. You cause the bad things as well as the good things, darling. Please stop listening to anyone who says you're limitless or you can't mess things up. Yes, you fucking can. You're manifesting good as well as bad. And a lot of people don't like me saying that on my account, think I'm being negative or limited. It's not limited. It's called the law of assumption. Whether you assume good or bad, it'll fucking manifest. Stop watching morons who aren't teaching this properly. So, Sean, stop saying it's messed up and start imagining it's still going to work out regardless of what happened. So it doesn't matter what happened in 3D right now, it's still going to work out. Oh, this shit happened. Huh. That's amusing. I must have been thinking some old shit. Oh, well, this is still going to happen. Hi, Laws. I reacted to 3D stupidly and argued with SP due to not being chosen or priority thoughts. We're not spoken for a week and I've been going hardcore on self-concept, feel much better. And, where's number 2? There's no number 2. Relationships, so we'd be messaging daily anyway. Where the fuck number 2 is? Well, that's good, darling. If you're giving good meaning, going hardcore on self-concept and feeling better, that's great. But don't worry about the way you react. Just imagine that I don't care. I'm sorry, maybe you answered my question already, but I lost the connection. Think I missed it. But my current SP told me he's in love with me, likes me a lot, but doesn't see a future together. Probably because you feel like you're friend zoning yourself, darling. I'm working on self-concept, and my old SP reached out of 10 months telling me he wants me, misses me, love me, but I want my current SP. Well, just know that it's working with the old one, so I'll work with the new one. You've just got a story that the new one doesn't want you. You just got a friend zoning story about the new one. So get rid of that fucking story. I feel like I'm starting to sound like you and people don't get it. Oh. What's this? Oh, yeah, about the neon lights. I keep seeing them everywhere now. Oh, do you? I love neon lights. My favorite thing, Sash. If we could get neon lights, I would just be like so happy. Yes. Sponsored. What's this? Ariana Grande literally sings about a mindset being magnetic. People love all these famous people, especially Nikki, who is one of the most confident, successful women. We can do anything. Yes, guys. Where am I? Thank you ever so much, Loz, for your guidance. Always means so much to me. I'm ever so grateful. Oh, Cap, you're so welcome. Sorry, Loz, I needed that. Don't worry, Tam, but stop worrying about that bitch. My friend just got a job offer after 7 years of doing her own thing, and she said, which I loved, it's mine to decline. Oh, it's mine to decline. That's great. It's a great way to think of anything. Men, jobs. Best way to use EFT. Do you say your negative feelings out loud followed by affirmations or just affirmations? I would go and watch Brad Yates, who's probably the best EFT tapping teacher out there. He taps affirmations in, like good positive ones, or taps affirmation negative ones out. Go and watch him. Brad Yates, Yates. He's on YouTube. Very good. Is it weird to feel like your SP is tainted? I understand that I created all the things and forgive myself and for him, so no bad feelings were there, I reckon. But sometimes things pop up of remembering what they did and we were separated, made me feel icky, 3D crap behavior, etc. Or is this because my self-concept's leveled up so much that he seems ich now? Sometimes they can seem ich now, but if you can really change the story of them, they will change. It's just sometimes it's very hard to get rid of the old story. That's probably one of the hardest things I find is getting rid of the old story of a person I've liked. Because when they've hurt me, I find it really hard to get rid of that story or the story that they're a real mess. If I think they've got issues, I have a really hard time because I spend all day identifying people's issues. I see people's issues like that, and then I can't unsee them. And I have a really hard time unseeing them, right? Listening to all the Neville books now, I'm slowly getting it. Oh, good, Christina. So get rid of those stories, Fran, whatever story you have of them. Today I see a lawyer. Hubby sent papers. I'm trying to manifest back, but I'm going to have to say bad things so he doesn't get everything. Will that kill manifestation? No, darling. Just imagine that when you get those things, you'll be living together in whatever things you get back, like the house. Just see you and him together and just think this is just a bridge of incidents for me to get what I want, whatever you say. Thanks so much. I know you are a fucking good actress and not arrogant at all. Just going to write your advices and think about you. If you have doubts about my acting, you can be my guest for Khan. Oh, thank you. Look, guys, I didn't have that level of confidence when I was younger. It's only now. It's kind of lost on me now. And I will do acting again in different ways, but um darling, it's the self-belief that if you're lacking that, that'll fuck it every time. So start believing in you, work on your self-concept, and your acting career will flourish. Okay. I love you, Loz. Really I am, because you are the one who triggered me with your teaching. I found my real issues. Oh, good, darling. I mean affirming stuff like I'm happy for third party being happy in your relationship, or should I just not? I'm not even gonna acknowledge your question because you're not listening to a fucking word I'm saying. Laws, I always feel like a burden to others and hate when people try and buy me things, spend money on me. What self-concept issue is this? What affirmation that says stop this? Because you think you're not good enough to even get presents. I used to do that. I used to love giving presents and not getting them. Now I love getting presents. Ah, great, presents. Lovely. I don't feel like, oh no, you don't have to. That's just feeling not good enough, darling. I love getting presents. People love giving to me. I'm not an overgiver anymore. I don't people please. I love people giving to me. People love to give to me, and I love them giving to me. Feels good to let people give to me. Yes, mum did take money, my card from me as a punishment. Also feel like I can't keep it and that it's hard to get it without working. Do you have any affirmations? Change the story. Thank you again. Okay, so no one takes my money from me. My money is my money and my money always stays. I can always keep money. Money comes to me in abundance. Every dollar I send out comes back tenfold. No one takes anything away from me. My money doesn't abandon me. My money doesn't leave me. My money always stays. I started 10K affirmation. Then saw your video and just want to say thank you for your explanation. I got misunderstanding with this. Guys, please, if any of you are in here and you're all sitting around doing 10,000 affirmations, I ask you, are you insane? Are you? It'll just turn to gobbledygook in your brain. It won't mean anything. And the only people it's working for are the lazy bitches who weren't actually affirming properly before. I just can't believe this is even a thing. It's just a trending topic that people are jumping on and it's disgusting, especially law of assumption teachers that I thought understood repetition, but not Bain repetition. And now they're teaching Bain repetition and charging people for it. Hi, Laws. We'll keep it short. SP and I live together, just had a baby. Oh, wonderful, darling. And everything is fine with us. He's separated, but I'm triggered about his divorce. It's coming from my childhood about not being put first. Should I work on my self-trauma away from him and come back when I'm not triggered? No. No. When you're not triggered by his previous situation? No. Or stay as we are and work on my self-concept. Yes, stay as you are, please, and not mention my issue to him about needing space to figure my head out. You don't need space to figure your head out, darling. You've just got to stop seeing the third party outside of you as a threat. He's with you, isn't he? He's got a baby with you, hasn't he? He's with you, isn't he? That's exactly what I did, darling, and I fucked up my relationship by having those thoughts. The person was there. They were committed to me. They spent all their fucking time with me, and my feelings are being unprioritized and not chosen. Fucked the whole relationship up because I couldn't possibly believe that they would choose me above that person. That's the problem. You going away and figuring it out. I did that twice with my old SP. It doesn't fucking work. Eventually they go, oh, yeah, I'm upsetting you. I'm hurting you, aren't I? I think you'd be better off without me. I love you, but I don't want to hurt you. And you go, oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted you to stay. I wanted to work this out. They aren't the problem. So pushing them away or getting space from them so you can work your head out won't make any difference. And sometimes it completely fucks it up. I talk from experience here. The thought that you need to change is that she's a threat. The thinking about you need to change is that you're not enough. You got to think your baby and you are fully prioritized in his mind because you are special and you are a priority, and who wouldn't love you and who wouldn't love your baby? You've really got to work on my I'm a priority sleep tape and I'm chosen sleep tape. Do it alternate nights, stick it in the ear pod so we can't hear it or something, or do it during the day when he's out and you're looking after the baby, play it in the background and you use those affirmations like a fucking psycho bitch. And don't you dare go and do things like try and take time away from him just to sort out your shit that you can do in your own mind. They don't know what you're doing in your own mind. You can be doing it right there while they're in front of you. You don't need to separate to do that. Please don't do that. That's you fearing that they're going to hurt you. So you push them away because you're fearing they're going to hurt you. They're not going to hurt you, but they fucking will if you keep assuming they will. They're not going to leave for the third party, but they fucking will if you keep assuming they will. Don't mean to scare you, but you're going to do that. You've got to get a handle on your own fucking thinking. Separating from them won't make any difference. Decide you're just thinking silly things like that because you're hormonal, okay? Go and do those sleep tapes and use them every fucking day, please. And use the affirmations in those and think them all the time. Anyway, me and SP have been spending every day together and everything has been going amazing lately. I think it's because I persisted after third-party talk and gave a good meaning. Good, is he good? Hey, Loz, have been working on my self-concept relating to my studies, feeling not good enough, and any affirmations I can use to make my supervisors think I'm a great worker and my thesis is well written. Well, imagine it's handed in and you got the mark back. You got a distinction or whatever. You've handed the whole thing in. And the comments they wrote about how well written it was. Why'd you retract your message? Where's it gone? I just read it. It's gone. My first language is Persian. I like English. Can I listen to your sleep affirmation, third party and chosen, or should I do it in Persian language? It's up to you, darling. Translate it if you want, or if you can listen to it in English, do the English version. What if SP, they said they aren't physically attracted to you? Can that be changed? He said he didn't say I'm not attractive, just he isn't attracted to me. It really hurt me. That's you feeling like you're not good enough, darling, that they're better than you. You've got them on a pedestal. You admire them. That you aren't enough for them. It's just you're thinking about yourself, darling. It's not they're not attracted. They're literally reflecting your thinking that you're not enough out of their mouths. You're wonderful, Loz. Thank you so much. Would love to send you flowers from Holland. Oh, I love a tulip. My favourite flower. Thank you, darling. Brad Yates for EFT. Yes, Brad Yates. That's how you spell it. Hey, Loz, working on self-concept and affirming I'm chosen and valued, etc. SPX said he wants to stay connected but not rush anything. Does this mean he's slowly coming back? Just decide that, darling. Give that excellent meaning. That's wonderful. Why is that? Don't give any of that bad meaning. That's great. I find it hard to live in the end. It upsets me to think of SP. Then I think of him. My tummy flips. Then I'm sad. Well, then you're not believing that he's really there, darling. You're just longing for them. You're not working on your self-concept enough, that means. Because when you really work on your self-concept, guys, that longing feeling and that upset feeling lessens. Trust me. Thank you so much, Loz Blessing. Oh, thank you, darling. Hi, Loz. Just want to say my self-concept is through the roof at the moment. I've never felt so happy and content with my life. I finally know that I run my reality. Oh, Gianna, wonderful. You run this shit, darling. Wonderful. Changing the old story when they have hurt you a lot of advice. What? Can you read that again? Changing the old story when they've hurt you a lot advice. That's the bit I struggle with. Christina, you hurt yourself a lot. How about that? They didn't hurt you a lot. You hurt you a lot. Just get your head around that for a second. You send thoughts out of, I'm not good enough, you don't love me, you're going to pull away, you're going to abandon me just like my dad did, you're not going to be there for me, you're not going to give me the love I need, and they don't give you the love, they go and cheat, they abandon you, and then you hurt yourself, and you're blaming them for it. They're just reflecting you. So when you finally get that, you'll stop being upset by them and think, why am I upset with them? They were literally only reflecting me. They had no fucking choice. Why am I holding this resentment and anger? Why can't I just forgive them? Go and do the Ho'oponopono prayer. Go and do it over and over and over again. And yes, Vivarelli's got a good one on here, or anyone who does the Ho'oponopono, and just sit there and listen to it and forgive your fucking self and forgive them. Part one, it's not a society thing. We were friends for a long time. Now we're no contact for some time. It's my ex that prevents us from being together. Well, stop having the story that your ex prevents you from being together. You've got a story that something's stopping you. You've got a story that there's an obstacle. Get rid of that story. Hi, Loz. Been in no contact with SP for a month. Had to contact yesterday regarding a car parking ticket from him sent to my address. So we're in contact regarding this. Should I try to keep the contact now? I'm tempted to tell him I miss him and ask him how he is. Darling, you can do whatever you want. Just give it good meaning. You can ask him how he is and be fearful. You can ask him how he is and assume he's going to love that. What's your thought behind what you do? Hi, Loz. I was very close to my dad after his death, and after his death, I lost all self-confidence, especially when it comes to relationships. I don't feel good enough and don't feel chosen or loved. What should I do? Any affirmations that I can use to help me feeling confident again and loved? I do your sleep affirmations. Well, first of all, darling, think about your dad up there in heaven looking at you, fucking your life up by thinking that you've got to stay sad and grieving, or got to think you're not good enough. He's going to be thinking, I don't want her to ruin her whole life. I wanted to live her life. This isn't the life I wanted for her. I didn't bring her into the world for her to be sad and not think she's enough and not chosen and not loved. I want her to have a beautiful relationship and be loved. I know there's a man out there who'll love her as much as I did. I want her to find that man. I want her to start thinking that she's good enough for that. You can't do it for yourself, darling. Do it for your dad. I am more than good enough. I deserve this. Of course I fucking do. Go and do my I am chosen sleep tape every night, darling. Oh, you do? Okay, we'll use those every day. Remember to leave a like, guys. Oh, thank you, Izzy. Loz, I got my SP. Oh, what's this? It jumped. Oh, God damn it. that I wasn't even manifesting back yesterday. Loz, I got my old SP that I wasn't even manifesting back yesterday. Oh, no, oh, those old ones come back like clockwork. Hi, Loz. When you talk about your old SP, did you stop manifesting them because you couldn't get past the old story or because you know you deserve better? It's a combination of all of that plus I decided he wasn't the person for me. Like, really, I'll tell you a story. My brother said to me when we split up, none of us could understand why you were together. You just seem so mismatched, right? And his situation with having a child and living really far away and all this stuff, not that have someone having a child is a problem, but the more I ruminated on that, the more I thought, is this my person or was I making him my person because he was there? And when I really thought about it, as much as I absolutely love him and think he's the most wonderful man in the world, I decided he was not the man for me. That I was fitting a square peg in a round hole. Does that make sense? Pretty much. Hi, Loza. When you talk about, oh, there you go. Okay. So, how do we get access to your trigger section for my course that you just mentioned? You buy the course and it's in part 12 or part 10 or something, part 10. Me and SP had an argument. It'll be out next week, guys. I promise you it'll be out next week. I know I keep promising. I know I said this week, but the website's just got a few issues at the moment. How can we get access? Sorry, me and SP had an argument a few months ago. This was before I knew about you. Was so triggered and told him I hate him. How can I fix this, please? I affirm he loves me and wants to reach out. Just decided he doesn't care. He loves that you acted so triggered. He knows you love him. Decide you don't need to do anything to make it happen. You're back together. And work on your self-concept triggers that allowed you to act that way. I didn't recognize SP Carl. My ex was with the kids and brought me a drink and handed him a card to buy the kids something, then walked away from the car. Ex said, I'm always special to me. Nico, I don't understand this. So you're saying your ex is getting involved in your relationship? Well, stop thinking your ex has got anything to do with it or any bearing on your life. Not really understanding this story. Hey, Loz, with the Q&A group, do posts have to be approved? I posted but can't see it. If you are asking a question in the group and not sticking in the Q&A forum, you'll never see it approved. It will never see the light of day. Guys, the main part of the Facebook group, the main page where it says, what are you thinking? You do not type a question in there. That is for encouraging posts and success stories. You have to go to the Q&A forum. It's now a subgroup. It'll be under QA forum hashtag or in the topics or in the subgroups under featured. You go there, it's got a big pink heading. It's got a picture of me going like this with a thought bubble. It says QA forum. You stick it straight in there and I'll press approved. And you can type it straight in and people will answer your questions. But if you're asking me, if it's the main page and maybe I'm just delayed with getting to the Q&A forum today, but if you stuck it on the main page, there's 400 questions in there that have never seen the light of day because people are not realizing that the main page is not for whinging and whining and questioning and talking about your past. I don't want a whole lot of triggered bitches in my group because every single time they go into my group that's meant to be happy and positive, it's just full of people complaining. That's for the Q&A forum. I'm gatekeeping it in there for a reason. I don't want people getting triggered. Any of you in the Facebook group and you haven't cottoned on to that's why your question isn't showing up, it's because you're not putting it in the Q&A forum and that's where it needs to go. And I used to post one every Monday on the main page. Now it's a separate subgroup within the group. I notice that I pull away when I struggle and won't accept help. My SP does the same. I'm thinking once I fix that in myself, he will stop doing that. Well, stop saying either of you do that. Ho'oponopono really helped me, yes. Hi, Loz. Can I unfollow my SP and remove him as a follower since I'm being triggered or by deleting him and giving the power to 3D and act triggered? Why do you need to do that, darling? But okay, if you're so triggered that you need to remove them on everything, delete them. Well, why? Okay. Do that, guys. If you're so triggered you can't even do it, guys. Do whatever is good for your mental well-being. I want to increase my height. My age is 23. Please give me any tips. I'm so tall. I'm so wonderfully tall. I tower over people. I used to be so short. Say things like that, don't. Loz, what happened to you like when you went through your head when you decided you didn't want your old SP anymore? For the past week, he's been coming in great, and normally I'd be excited, but it feels so mundane now. I realized it was me who put all the specialness in him. That's what I felt like. That I built him up to be better than he was. And he was just an ordinary guy. And he wasn't as special as I made him out to be. Right? As much as he's a wonderful person, he's just not my person. That's the realization I had, right? You can fall out of love with people, trust me. Should I just continue riding this way? Being on the pedestal feels good, but I really don't know if I still want him. Guys, you'll know. I'm answering it now. You'll know. Because if they come back, you'll know you don't want them. You'll know how you feel when you see them. You'll know how you feel when you get that text and you'll be like, oh, I don't know. Or you'll meet someone else and you'll like them more. Right? Or you can see your life with them more. Okay. But I've heard men need physical attraction to fall in love. Says who? I look completely opposite of his ex. I can't stop feeling like I physically repulse him now. Molly, emotionally, we are perfect. I was just so hurt. He said, so basically, darling, you've got such a low opinion of yourself. You think his ex is his type, and therefore you're not attractive enough to be him for him to be attracted to you because his ex is so pretty or attractive or something, or he's got a type. Emotionally, we are perfect. I was just so hurt. He said he wasn't attracted to me. I know I'm attractive though. No, you don't, because of what you just read. I look completely opposite of his ex. I just can't stop feeling like I physically repulse him now. No, you've got a story that he's got a type and you're not that type. Or you've got him on such a pedestal and you think other girls are a threat or better than you. Molly, doesn't matter what they say. You friend zone yourself and maybe you've been acting needy and he's just like saying things to get you away from him because at the moment your thinking is towards him of being like, you're the greatest thing ever. And he's going, that's all it is. It's not that he's actually unattracted to you. He's literally reflecting your thinking of you thinking he's so fucking great and other girls are a threat and you're not enough for him. That's all he's doing. He doesn't actually think you're unattractive. He's reflecting your thinking about yourself being not enough for him. You getting this? Stop believing what they say. I walked away and chuckled sarcastically. Just then, the car, I could see the SP car drove off. That happened in Jan. Nico, I don't understand this story at all. Guys, if you've got a big, long story that takes me ages to read and it's in 3 parts and it's convoluted about cars and SPs and shit, please come to the Facebook group and join Facebook Friday where you can write me a fucking essay. Because sometimes this is so hard to keep up with in my mind. Okay, darling? Hey, Loz, thank you for trusting us with your story. I might be in the same situation now. I wonder, how do you keep hope of finding your perfect person? Sometimes now I'm extremely sad thinking I won't find one as awesome as my current SP. I just decided in my mind that he wasn't my person and another one would come along. It's just what I decided. I kind of made that decision. And after I made that decision, my decision was made. And I think about him occasionally, of the sweet person he is and stuff, but I don't want him in the way that I did before. Make sense? I was in the Q&A forum, but not sure if it needs to get approved as I couldn't see it. Oh, yes, so it does need to get approved. So I'll do it now. Okay, after this. All right, darling. I do love your group. Everyone's so supportive. Good. That's the point. That's why I don't want the questions on the main page because it's very triggering for everyone. It won't be very supportive then. Just waiting for your self-concept course. Oh, aren't we all, guys? I'm so sorry it's taking so long. I really am. What's happening is the website designer is kind of promising me that it's all finished and then I'm looking and it isn't. And so I'm kind of promising you guys and then finding out stuff isn't finished. So I'm really sorry. Thank you for being so candid about your old SP. Appreciate the insight. Oh, that's all right, guys. I just feel bad that I spoke about him so much and all the old lives. I wish I hadn't, but I never knew they'd be posted because I wasn't ever planning on starting a YouTube. It wasn't my intention. It's the last thing I was going to do. Hi, Loz. Sorry, I think you missed my question. Oh, Rebecca, where is it? Hi, Loz. Thank you for everything you do. I want to retire and I've been affirming this. A few days ago, I went to see the doctors and the receptionist was given flowers as it was her last day. Is this Birds Land? Yes, decide that is. See yourself as you getting flowers next because you're retiring, you're finishing work. Yes, darling, absolutely. Give it good meaning. What if the breakup with old SP was awful? He said he doesn't love me anymore and we'd never be together, even though he used to say I was love of his life. He moved on with another girl. Molly, you've got some severe comparison to other girls going on. There's something going on with you where you just feel not enough in yourself because all the stories are about other people are better than you. Are you identifying this? It's not to do with your old SP or this SP or the third parties. It's to do with you feeling not good enough in yourself and feeling like other girls are prettier than you, better than you, going to take people away from you. What happened to you as a kid where you were compared to other girls? Either your looks weren't enough or you weren't enough or you weren't smart enough or you weren't as good as your siblings or your cousins or blah, 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 or you're abused or something fucking happened, Molly, where you don't feel good enough about yourself. Something. Because it ain't got to do with anything you're talking about and you're not identifying it. What happened? I want to delete him from social media because I keep seeing his likes and follows on multiple third parties. I can't deactivate myself because I use socials for work purposes and also can't control these third parties. Well, then do it, darling. Do it. If it makes you feel better, do it. To be honest, I thought my self-concept was perfect until I found your TikTok. Man, I have a lot to work through. Guys, don't feel like that. Don't feel like, oh my God, this girl's pointing out all my flaws. No, no, no. That's just a whole lot of you thinking you're not good enough as you are, darling. Stop that. What are some affirmations to overcome sexual abuse, like to feel safe around men and be okay with sex? I enjoy sex now. The people I am with love me and they show me love. It's not just sex, it's love. And I feel safe with them and they make me feel safe and they make me feel safe and secure. And I love being with them and they show me all the time that I'm safe and secure and they make me feel protected and they make me feel love. And it's love for them. It's not just sex, it's making love. And I can be myself with them and I can be open to them and I trust them. Things like that, darling, maybe. Just wanted to say thank you. You've changed my life. Oh, thank you so much, Milk. You're so welcome. Okay, I think I told him I hate him so he could fight for me and chase me. I'm embarrassed. I'll work on myself concept. Guys, you'll always do things like that. I remember almost saying to my SP the second time we broke up, I want you to fight for me. It almost came out my mouth. That's just a whole lot of you comparing yourself to other people and not thinking you're good enough and not feeling like the priority of them. That's all it is. Whatever you feel like saying to them, it'll tell you a lot. The course will be out soon. It's starting to feel like the longest running April Fool's joke. Much love, Loz. I know. It's driving me crazy. I'm actually at breaking point at the moment. I'm doing as much as I can on it myself. Thank you for answering all our questions, Loz. I'm writing everything down, change my story. Oh, wonderful. Good, darling, good. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I want to feel. Good, Rains. Good. I broke up with SP and the universe sent me another guy with the same name, same car, from the same city as replacement, but only as a friend. The universe didn't do that, darling. You did, but okay. It's possible to get lots of movement and then movement stops for a while. Does it still mean it's a bridge of incidents? Just stop saying it stopped. You just can't see it. There's always movement. You just can't see it. Making funny noises. How would I manifest cheap, affordable piano lessons or another activity? Thank you so much. I love my piano lessons. They're practically free, or I get them for free, or someone's always teaching me piano. Guys, what should we call this live? I think it's number 85. We'll call it focusing or get rid of third party, because we're talking about third parties a lot. Triggered by socials or triggered, handling triggers. And it'd be number 85, I think, guys. All right. So I'll be live on here tomorrow, 9 p.m. EST. Come and join me if you're awake. And I will see you later. Yeah, third party triggers. Yeah, that's a good one. All right, guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys. You've already been for a walk. What are you talking about? What are you growling at me for? You went for